If you want to hear this story, I'm willing to tell you.
Oh,
do you want to hear
definitely.
this?
Yes!
Okay, so they settled problems with axes and hatchets.
How about a big old cake and some tits?
I was run out of there for being a public Satanist, but...
Thank you, Hippie. And thank you, Shane.
What makes me a devil versus LaVey being a devil? Who was the devil? Was it LaVey or was it me?
Who the fuck says they're an Aryan king? And so it's sort of funny because those pictures show that he was a one-eyed bastard back then too. I don't think the SS would have taken him in.
And I'm going to smash your head into that curb until it's soup. And that's not something I like to recall, and it's not something I like to admit, but that was what was happening there when I was yelling at that guy. I was going to kill him.
The level of rage you have in this was scary. I almost dropped my phone watching it. It was quite
it comes across, yeah.
Yes, because this is also a Shane I didn't know. Listeners, I've only known Shane for a few months, even though I feel like I've known him for years. And I feel, and that was a different person. That Shane, I felt like, I don't know if I would like this Shane. Jesus Christ. I'm your host, Nannerl, and I'm here with the devil. Shane Bugbee is the devil.
I happen to be acquainted with kale salads and stuff. Rub that with some nice avocado and lemon. Wow, there's the occult for you. That's the unspoken.
If you want some more incels, if you want any more advice on how to have game, you can contact us at... This is interesting because it sort of mirrors how you challenged LaVey with how you're going to do things your way, and it worked in your favor. It's very much like that. Do you think that that's a very, almost like a primal thing with males, with men, that if you stand up to it, it's more likely the other one's going to back down or see your integrity?
I know Satan's real. I've seen him. He actually saw Satan with his own two eyes. This is also the Baptist pastor who offered me a job. He's like, Shane, if you flip, you'll have a 2-car garage, a nice pool. I can show you. And he showed me some. This guy was a Satanist, but he didn't have a name like yours. I mean, we can offer you a lot if you just turn. And I was like, wow.
That's almost like a deal with the devil kind of thing.
Yeah, right. Who's the devil there?
Jesus.
Right. Right. We feel it in our gut and we see it in their eyes.
And I feel like, I want to think that even our listeners are getting educated listening to this. Listening to this podcast, you're getting a dose of satanic history. It's still a very young religion, and I think that a lot of people do not fully understand it, or they only know the parts that they want to know, because so much of it has been erased.
And then you have this fake sense of power, and it doesn't translate into reality.
Let's get into this. So, I'm sure at this point, all the listeners are possibly wondering, what do you have to do with Lucian Greaves, a.k.a. Doug Mesner, a.k.a. Doug of the Satanic Temple?
That's where philosophy dies, when it becomes a religion, when it has this bubble. Philosophies, if they're, they're meant to be tested and beaten on and added to, but not worshipped.
As a 500-year-old bitch, I definitely know how that feels to hang out with young people like you, Shane. You keep me young. I take your laughter and I slather it all over my face, and that's how
I love this.
That's how I keep my face from cracking every day. So, tell us a story, Shane. We're ready. Yeah!
I love to tell children stories about Satan.
All right, so
I'm in all black, just like you, and just like Jane, and just like Fred, and
And the color black has always been a magician's color. It's been always a color that's enigmatic. It's anything you can make of it. So it's powerful that wearing black would be satanic. but it doesn't have to necessarily be cut from the same cloth.
It's sort of funny, though, if you notice all the waiters at fine restaurants wear all black. Servants wear all black. So I'm not really keen on wearing all black as a clown suit to serve some sort of image. You know, I'm not a servant.
And as magicians, as artists, just as you're saying, you have to continue to grow and get yourself away from what lacked power. Continue gaining your power.
Oh, right. I see myself as a journalist, and so did the state's attorney of Illinois that put John Wayne Gacy to death. When I asked him, what do you see me as, dude? I said, well, how do you see me? He goes, oh, you're a journalist. You just don't get paid like a journalist. Whatever. I'm an artist. I don't know if... Fuck maturing, okay? Whatever.
Perhaps the inability to read certain things keeps you where your mindset or like your drive always looks at a different perspective, which ultimately keeps you immune to a lot of things.
I think the witches that were burned in Salem were probably like an Asperger's clique. They say Asperger's people are very much, they get together and they communicate and they can understand each other, but if outsiders of that community, Asperger's community, will listen, they'll be like, man, those people are freaks. Listen to them talk. And we're high-thinking intellectuals. I think we see the real deal. We don't see hypocrisy. We have an integrity.
So, tell us a story, Shane. We're ready. Woo!
I love to tell children stories about Satan.
All right.
And we sat at a counter and drank instant coffee and drank instant coffee and ate double stuffed Oreo cookies. And it was the coolest fucking thing. And then his little son Xerxes runs in the room, pops open the refrigerator, and it's the only time LaVey broke character. His face was always like in his character thing, and he's like, no, and he runs, he goes to slam the refrigerator door because we look in there, and of course we're making judgments, and there's a passion.
Don't look at the man behind the curtain.
Yeah. So it was sort of funny. He didn't want to put humanity on himself.
No, I can't believe it's not butter, only Zool.
I was thinking about what are the empirical truths of being a Satanist. And I thought one of them might be the ability to pick yourself up and brush yourself off. Less and less, and now you have a Jex Blackmore, which is the lesser of all of it. It's just like a horrible illusion she's doing.
It's interesting you say something becomes lesser and lesser, as one of their recommended reading is Paradise Lost. And in Paradise Lost, the image of Satan, the appearance of Satan as this magnificent figure slowly dwindles down to a serpent at the end.
Pull you in. We're giving you exactly what you were looking for, which is rebellion, which is what Marilyn Manson fed you 20 years ago, your parents. What Marilyn Manson fed your parents and what your parents fed you. So I was asked to be Lucian Greaves originally, and did not take that on. They have a horrible actor that played the part, and then Doug had to step in because the actor could not answer the questions. And I just love that old man, and I go, when I left, I go, I want to live until I'm in my 80s, so I want to say it to people when I'm old and I look decrepit. Like, but don't you dare say, any of these kids say I look decrepit right now, you're going to have a problem. Because I've had young kids recently in the last 6 months open doors for me. Sir, can I get the door for you? I'm like, I'll fucking kick you in the shins, you fucking asshole. I take it as, I'm like, thank you very much, young man. It's so weird to be here, though, because my mind is 25. But I want to live to be that old man, 80-year-old. I got all the time in the world. Because that's the concept of time at 80-something years old. And to say I got all the time in the world, isn't that the truth today? I've got all the time in the world. I'd be dead tomorrow. But right now, I've got all the time in the world.